Greetings, welcome to the Big Blue Motorbike Dog. If you're returning, welcome back. Today I'm doing an off-the-cuff video. Over the weekend I was inspired by a video from Bart, an excellent content creator, regarding the forgotten modern classic motorcycle. And the reason why I was so happy to see this one, Bart's an excellent creator, focuses a lot on the Triumph line of motorcycles, both the original line and the resurrection of the line, and lots of other motorcycles. He covers cafe cruisers and all sorts of other things, but this one in particular was near and dear to my heart because it covered the W650 and the W800. And one area where Bart and I 100% agree is that the most beautiful production engine currently is that on the W650 and W800. Nobody else is doing that beautiful bevel cam drive. And it's just an amazingly attractive engine. Air-cooled, so you can see through it a lot. It's got a really beautiful design to it. And nobody else is doing it. And I think that's one of the things that I know that's one of the things that really attracted me to the W series, was seeing that motor and just being wowed by it. I hadn't seen anything like that in a very, very long time. There are some older Ducatis. I think there was a Norton once upon a time that tried a bevel drive camshaft. But, you know, these are going on 60 plus years ago, and to have Kawasaki incorporate that in a thoroughly modern but vintage recreation was just amazing to me. It's an understressed motor, and the thing that I love about that is it recreates the sensation of riding an older bike with all the reliability and modern features, safety features like functional ABS, LED lighting, slipper clutch, that help with safety, but keep the look and the feeling of riding a classic motorbike that's excessively reliable, especially considering, you know, the amount of work that goes to keeping some of the heritage and classic motorcycles on the road. The oldest motorcycle I've ever owned was the 72, and it wasn't in the greatest condition when I purchased it, but it was inexpensive, and that's why I purchased it. It was a 72 R755 from BMW, and I got in the habit of carrying kits. It didn't have necessarily a ton of miles on it, but what it did have is a ton of neglect. And so it wasn't ridden regularly, it wasn't maintained regularly, the paint wasn't kept in good condition, and so there were a lot of issues on the bike. There was rust, specifically in the exhaust pipes, and it took quite a bit of wrenching on it just to make sure everything was going well. I have none of those issues at all on the W series. I don't know anybody who has any issues like that. And if there are issues with the W, it's usually because of, you know, incorrect maintenance or lack of maintenance. The motor can last a lifetime because it is so understressed. Being understressed means that it comes in at 50 horsepower. It doesn't come in at, you know, just for an example, the Kawasaki Z650RS has a smaller motor, 650cc, and comes out at 67 horsepower. So obviously Kawasaki is perfectly capable of making motors that generate a lot more horsepower than they put on the W800, but that's not the point of the W800. The point of the W800, in my opinion, is to ride a beautiful recreation of a classic motorcycle with none of the hassle, that is so beautiful that when you walk away from the bike, you just cannot help yourself by turning around and looking at it. And mine specifically, there was a comment also in Bart's video that people mistake it for other bikes. The Bell Drive, if they're paying attention, puts them off the notion that it's a Bonneville. I've heard Triton, which is a mix between a Triumph and a Norton. And then I've heard, just like it's got to be a resto mod of some sort, right? Where parts of the bikes are original, parts of the bikes are new, and they were just curious what bikes went together to make it. I personally replaced the seat on mine, and that's the one place that Kawasaki wrote their name on it, is on the back of the saddle. So nowhere on my motorcycle, except for on the VIN plate, does it say Kawasaki, which makes it even harder for people to guess what it is, because they see W and they think that that's the make of the motorcycle instead of the model. And so it really does trip people up sometimes, and it's a fun little game where people go, "What is it?" And I said, "Well, guess. What do you think it is?" And very few times do I hear it's a Kawasaki W, and usually when I hear that, it's because it's someone who's owned one, or they have a friend with one. My best friend here in Vermont, I met because I was at the ice cream shop here in the little town, and he and a gentleman that I also became friends with pulled up on their motorcycles, and he was riding, my friend Pete was riding a W650. And as soon as they pulled in, I said, "Hey, that guy is riding a W. I'm going to go talk to him." So I did. And I was riding my BMW CL that day, but I recognized the W as it was pulling into the lot because of the bevel drive. And so we become great friends, and even one of the founders of the New England Kawasaki W Series Rally, along with some friends in Canada from New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Quebec, all part of the original planning of the rally. We're on our second year. We're going to be moving it to the beautiful town on Lake Memphremagog to Magog, Quebec. And that's just a decision that was made to keep border crossings to, the people from America going through and coming back should have fewer issues or no issues, rather than the people who are coming from Canada to the States. And so that's how we worked it out. I regularly go to Canada for breakfast, or to Timmy's, or to Magog, because they have sushi places, 3 of them, which is the closest sushi I can get with a pretty good menu. So anyways, shout out to Bart. Great video, loved it. I want to thank everybody again for all the people who've subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate having such a great supportive community and awesome individuals. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down, and keep it wheel.